it is what it is. I like my spicy books. The empty cards are at the top. Okay. Unless you want me to read a coloring book, that is not happening. Let's hope it's not another empty. Oh my god. Hello lovely bookworms, I'm Esmay from Paradise Pages on Instagram and also on Twitter, and welcome to a new game of the books. So this round is going to be for October and no, November. It's going to be for November, not October, I'm sorry. The months are slipping by, and before I actually get into this, I wanted to quickly mention that if you haven't seen it yet, the announcement for GREEKGODATHON is online. That TBR is not going to be in here because due to the fact that GREEKGODATHON is 1 week only, I'm going to pick my prompts during that week and hopefully I can match the books I have, or I've read quite a few of them already because I have the rest of the month that I want to fill with books as well. So this is going to be the entire month of November. If you hear something, by the way, the dryer is on. I'm sorry. And other than that, let's not talk too much about it. It's going to be 6 rolls once again, and let's just dive into roll number 1. Hello, and welcome to the Game of the Books board. Let's not talk too much. Let's just start with roll number 1. That is 6. 6, can you see the little dot? And 6 is a wild card. That is the best first roll I could have gotten in my life. So, yay! Let's move on to roll number 2. So the first roll is a wild card, and I think I could not have started this round better than with a wild card. And I decided to put a book on here that I do definitely want to read during GREEKGODATHON, considering it is in that range. And I think this is the best book to read during GREEKGODATHON. And that is none other than Her Dark Wings by Melinda Salisbury. I actually read the first book in her other series called The Sin Eater's Daughter, and I really enjoyed it. This is a standalone, and it is about Aphrodite. Am I saying that correctly? No, Persephone. It is about a modern day Persephone. I don't know anything other than that, but this is, I mean, if there's anything that screams GREEKGODATHON to you, it's definitely a Persephone retelling. So I'm planning on reading this during GREEKGODATHON. I have the week off, so I'm sure I can at least knock 1 book out, and it should be this one. So that is the first book that I'm putting on my TBR. That said, let's just move on to the second roll. Alright, roll number 2. Let's go. 14. If my math is still mathing, then that should be 20. 20 is a blue. Let's grab the first card. Oh, that one's empty. The empty cards are at the top. Okay, right. I'm gonna pick them. There we go. That's the first one. A blue. A Longtime TBR book. Alright, that's the first one. Roll number 2 is a blue, and a blue Longtime TBR. This is a difficult prompt in the sense that I have a lot of books that fit this criteria. So there's, I think most of my shelves are books that I've had for quite a long time, and I find that I tend to gravitate towards the ones that I've recently acquired, which is definitely it's not a good trait of mine. And I also, the ones that I have recently acquired are definitely not the ones that I tend to pick up, because I tend to go for Scribd or Kindle books, Kobo books, just ebooks or audiobooks that I don't have physically. So that has to change. So I'm at least gonna try to always pick a physical book off my shelves. But the book that I have decided to put on my TBR, not sure if I'm gonna read it, is Almost There by Farah Roshan. This is a Twisted Tales, which is part of the Twisted Tales series. I think the Liz Braswell wrote most of those, but this is about Tiana, and I really love the Mulan one, which is, I think, written by Elizabeth Lim, so it's a different author, but I love these Twisted Tales. And Tiana, I think Tiana, Mulan, and Belle are my favorites, so it is only fair that I read one that is about Tiana. And in this one, it says, what if Tiana made a deal that changed everything? So I think she actually makes a deal with Dr. Facilier. It actually matches me pretty well at this point. which is really exciting. I'm really excited in any case to read about Tiana. I think she is one of my favorites, like I said, and her Disney movie is definitely up there. I think my two favorites are Mulan and Tiana. Those movies are my favorites. I've watched this quite a ton, and I'm just really excited to get this book on there. It's definitely, yeah. I also, it's green. I think green is, yeah, I love green, so I'm excited to dive into this in the month of November. And let's just move on to roll number 3. Roll number 3. That is 12. You're rolling exceptionally high. That's not good. Another blue. Let's hope it's not another empty. Oh my god. Jinxed it. Let's see. TBR card. That's an interesting prompt because my TBR card is now filled with markers. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick one from last month's TBR because I've not finished all of those books. That is what I'm gonna do. All right, so another blue, and this one is blue TBR card. And yeah, that's difficult because when we lived at the old house, I had a TBR, I still have that cart, but that used to be with all the books that I wanted to prioritize. Did not work out that way. I did not prioritize those books in the slightest. Alright, so this is what my TBR cart currently looks like. Unless you want me to read a coloring book, that is not happening. But I had a TBR cart, and I no longer have that TBR cart, so I decided to look at my TBR from last month because I did not do very well in that, spoiler alert. I don't know, I really have to get back into the reading mojo and just sit down, read, and put myself to it to read. But yeah, I didn't do too well, so I decided to carry one over into November for the TBR cart prompt. That took way too long to figure out. And for this one, I'm actually gonna go for the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I haven't started this, but this is perfect for the autumn season. It's a Hallmark movie in a book, and apparently it's also quite spicy, and I do say that I like my spicy books. It is what it is. I like my spicy books. So this is going on my TBR for November. I think I could also quite easily push this into one of the prompts for GREEKGODATHON at some point. I mean, if I carry or if I manage to take a wild card out, then of course I'm going to be able to fit it. But yeah, I want to see if I can get into this finally in the month of November. As I'm talking about this book, I'm getting excited for it now, and we're in October, so of course that happens all the time. Roll number 4. Let's not roll that high anymore. Oh, you can barely see it, but that's 15. There we go. All right. Another blue. Can we stop with the blue? A new purchase. All right, I have that one. I have quite a few of those, sadly, or well, I don't know. Right. All right, so another blue, and this is blue new purchase. And I actually decided to go for my most recent purchase, not only a new purchase. I think a new purchase for me would be something that I bought in the last month or two, something like that. But this is actually the very last book that I bought, and I bought it as I'm filming this, I think a week ago, so that definitely applies for this prompt, at least in my mind. And that is Cackle by Rochelle Harrison. This is, I don't know that much about it, but it's about a girl that moves, I think. All her life, Annie has played it nice and safe. After being unceremoniously dumped by her longtime boyfriend, Annie seeks a fresh start, and she accepts a teaching job that moves her from Manhattan to a small village upstate. I think it has some type of magic, those kinds of things, and it is not that big, which I like, but it also feels perfect. I mean, it's more of an October spooky read, I think, than November, but we could carry it over for sure. We can start November off a little bit spookily, and then as we move into the middle of November, then we're going Christmassy. As you all know, I'm a Christmas fiend, so I'm excited for Christmas. I already have a little tiny tree up there. You can't see it. You can't see it. I also have a mushroom. It's a tiny little mushroom. I could turn them on. Let me turn them on for you. Look at me tiny little mushroom lamp. Isn't it cute? I think I'll put it right here. Oh, you can't see it that way. Let me see. Can you see it here? No, because I'm moving in front of it. There we go. Yeah, look at my tiny little mushroom. I think he is adorable. And I think I put the... You can see it? Can you see it? It's over here. I have a little tree as well that lights up, but the light's not as good as the other one. Anyway, what was I saying? Cackle. This is going on my November TBR, and I'm excited to see what it's all about. I think it is also Women Love Women, so it's a female romance. I'm interested. I'll let you know what I think about it once I read it. Roll number 5, we are getting exceptionally close to the 63. So if we surpass it, that means an extra book for me. And we have 2 more rolls to go. I think we're gonna surpass it this time, so we're gonna have to do an extra roll this month. 2, ha! Needed that. We needed that desperately. There we go, a 2. That's good. That's an orange. 1, 2, orange. A murder mystery. All right, I have quite a few of those, but I think I'll go through my shelves. All right, so finally different color. We have an orange murder mystery. And for this one, I've been saving this book for about a year now, I think, because I bought it a year ago, haven't read it. And this is a murder mystery that screams my name. This is just something that I want to read right now, but we're gonna read it in November. And that is none other than the Christmas Murder Game. As I told you, I'm a Christmas fiend. I love Christmas. Anything Christmas, give it to me and I will inhale it. I will inhale it. But this is about, I think, a group of women that go back to a grand home, the endgame house, after getting a letter, and they have to go in for the Christmas game. It is so interesting. I think it's one of those like sort of reenactments or what is it, retellings of the Agatha Christie one, and then there were none, which is still my favorite locked room murder mystery. But I hope this is gonna give me all of those Christmassy, murdery, locked room murder mystery kind of vibes. I just hope that the mystery in here is good. I always like the elements that are in there, and then the reveal is kind of just like meh, if you know what I mean. So I hope this is gonna be good. I'm not gonna look up anything other than that, but I'm excited to dive right into this one. And finally, let's hopefully move on to the final roll, unless I roll way too high. All right, so finally, maybe hopefully, number 6. It really depends on how high we roll, because we're very close to it. We're on 49. So anywhere like, I don't know, let's just go for it and hope for the best. Can I see? That is 9. I think we are staying underneath it. That is good. All right, 9. Another blue though, another blue, but we are very close to it. So I'm very happy we didn't surpass it. And we have a sequel. All right, that's the final prompt. Alright, so luckily, final roll. We do have another blue, but I'm just happy we don't have to add another book. I hope that I'm at least going to be able to read 6 books this month. We'll see if that happens. But this is Blue Sequel, and one of the books that I didn't finish from my TBR last month was the Pages & Co book, and I really enjoyed that one, so I'm going to put the sequel on here. And that is this one, called Pages & Co. The Lost Fairy Tales. So I actually really enjoyed the first one. It is quite a young middle grade. It's ages 8 to 12. But this is definitely something that I like. So in the first book, we actually meet Tilly and Oscar, who are also our main protagonists for this book. I think they're both on the cover. I'm guessing this is Oscar, and then of course this is Tilly. And she actually finds out that she's a book wanderer. So she has the ability to, whenever she's in a bookshop, be able to wander into a book as she's reading it. And I really like it. Something I also really like are the illustrations in this book. It's the same for the second book, so I'm definitely going to read this physically. And I really loved the story. It's quick paced, it's nice to read. It is just one of those very relaxing, calming stories. And I'm excited to dive into the second one, so this is definitely going on my TBR for next month. That said, those were all of the books, so let me quickly put them all in a stack once again and show you the stack I have for this month. Alrighty, I had to rearrange them a little bit, otherwise it wouldn't be possible, but I have Almost There, The Lost Fairy Tales, The Christmas Murder Game, Cackle, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and Her Dark Wings. I think this is once again an interesting stack of both fantasy, murder mystery, middle grades. Do we have no, we don't. Oh, we do actually. This one's contemporary, so we also have a contemporary on here. So I have like 3 genres in here, I think. Pretty nice stack, so I'm really happy with this. I actually have decided to no longer use my TBR cart as a TBR cart. It has turned into a crafting station. Oh, that's not true. It's turned into a coloring book station. That's okay. You've already seen it because I filmed a little bit to show you when I was on the TBR stack prompt. But these are going to sit in my bookshelf on the bottom shelf because that's my little sort of TBR nook. And other than that, that was everything for this video. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and press that little bell icon so you get post notifications every single time that we post. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!